I've developed a sound healing, and it's called the Speak Your Truth Activation Kit. And what it is, it's about speaking your truth, and it's about self-expression and having the confidence to speak your true, authentic self. And so I've been listening to my guides about what they're saying. They were saying it is important for this to come out because generations and generations ago, they felt like they couldn't express how they felt. There was a lot of suppression, due to culture, societal beliefs, masculine, feminine roles. And they were telling me that we have a really beautiful opportunity, and we're quite fortunate in this time to be able to express ourselves, express how we feel, express our emotions, and get our voice out. And I think it's very important as well because it's close to my heart. I'm from that generation where, you were seen and not heard, and felt like I didn't have a voice, and also that it was kind of, not frowned upon, but it wasn't, there wasn't a lot of emotion expressed. We were taught and learned to bottle everything up and suppress things, suppress things into our bodies. And I did that. I did that as a kid. I pushed all my thoughts, my feelings deep down because I felt like I couldn't say it for many reasons. If we're not expressing how we feel, and we've got these suppressed emotions and also repressed emotions. Suppressed emotions is when we know what the feelings are, and we have an awareness and we're pushing it down ourselves, and we're bottling it up. We're making a choice about it. Repressed emotions are, from deep within us, from past traumas, and they're sitting deeply down there, and the way you react to things and your behaviour, you could get triggered in a way, and it's because of repressed emotions. So it's important that we are able to express ourselves, and with love and compassion as well, so that we're not this energy is not stuck in our body, in our physical body, and so that we're not manifesting any illnesses. So in the video, I talk about how I got breast cancer at the age of 36. I probably would have been 35, but I found out at the because I was a healthy naturopath at the time. Yes, there's always things that we can do to eat well and what have you, but I was pretty healthy. So I had to really look at myself. Why did I get breast cancer? And breast cancer is on the chest area. This is your heart space. It's the heart space. So a tumour formed in my heart space. And I do believe that it is partly to do with not expressing how I felt. And it's also, I think, to do with stress as well. I think there was a combination of things happening. So what I'm trying to do, what's really important to me and what I'm passionate about is, please don't wait for it to show up in your body as a life-threatening illness. I'm not saying that all illnesses are to do with a mental and an emotional aspect, but sometimes they are. And this is why I've formulated this with, and this is why, I'm, the spirit have been telling me how important this is, that I formulated the homeopathic essence. So you're taking the beautiful plant essence within your body, in your energetic field, and I've also formulated a sequence of frequencies, specifically for the throat, the heart, and the solar plexus, to help unblock anything that is going on in these 3 chakras. So focusing on the solar plexus, where we need the inner confidence to speak, and the heart is the emotion, the feeling that's getting blocked, and then obviously the throat chakra to be able to speak it with love and compassion. People who feel like they never had a voice, people you felt like you're not being heard, you're not listened to, not believed, and people who feel like are in a dynamic or a situation where there's a perceived dominant submissive role happening here. And I say perceived is superiority and inferiority. Well, no one's superior or inferior to anyone else. We're all equal. We're all equal. But there can be an imbalance of power sometimes, and you could find that you might know someone. It could be in a relationship with someone, or you could have a friend or a work colleague where they're quite controlling, and they could be quite aggressive, and you find that, well, they're in a position of power, and you feel like you don't have the power or the self-worth or the confidence to stand up to them. It's good in that situation. It's also good for people who maybe they think that showing emotion is a weakness, especially for males. It's not weakness to show emotion. Showing vulnerability, that's emotional maturity. It's really important now these days to balance the femininity and the masculinity within us as females, and within us as males, to balance and have a good balance of both. We need to express how we feel. Sometimes people, so if you're feeling like you can't express yourself, and it could be out of fear of rejection, it could be out of fear of being judged, and it could also be you're not saying anything because there could be some repercussions that you don't want to deal with. Or I've done this many times where I've not said something just to keep the peace. Just keep the peace, like you don't want any conflict. When we're not saying how we feel, we're internalizing it, and you're pushing it down to your body, and it can cause harm. Okay, our emotions can create and manifest things in our bodies. This is why I've formulated this, so that it doesn't get to that stage in a physical form. Yeah. So, sorry, got a bit passionate. I don't know. It's just really important. It's really important to me. So what I've done is I've formulated. We've got the essence. We have when you purchase it online on my website, I'll put the link down below. You'll get an automatic email with step-by-step guide to show you what to do and how to do it. I'll include meditations, and also if you choose to, you don't have to, but if you choose to ask for the support of the angelic realm, I've also put instructions there on how you can do that. And there's certain archangels that can help with the throat, the heart, and the solar plexus in particular. And I'm putting it in there because that they have really helped me and supported me my whole life. You don't have to, but if you choose to. And you'll get the audio file automatically sent to you, and then the truth essence will be posted out to you, be delivered. If you're in Western Australia, it'll take maybe 1 to 3 days, and if you're interstate, maybe like 3 to 5 days. And yeah, so it comes as a package. It's the Speak Your Truth Activation Kit package, which I've formulated, and these are all things that I've tried myself and I've found are effective and have actually helped me in those situations. With homeopathic essences, yes, it's energetic medicine. Just because it's energetic doesn't mean it's not powerful. I find that when you take the essence, you won't be like, oh, take the drugs, going boom, boom, you suddenly just got your confidence and blah blah blah. It's not like that. Well, it could be, maybe it will, I don't know, but in my experience, I've taken the drops, and you take them under your tongue. You have to succuss the bottle first, just like I'm doing on the palm of my hand, to activate it. Please keep it away from any electromagnetic devices like your mobile phone and Wi-Fi and all that. Keep it away from the sunlight. Yeah, take the drops, and then I find let's just use an example. There's a particular person where I find I can never say how I feel. Just really struggle. They're quite, might be a really dominating person, and you take the drop, and then when the situation arises again, and you're in conversation with them, you'll just find it'll just be a lot easier. It'll be just a lot easier. And then you say it, and it's like, oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Sometimes we build ourselves up. We build ourselves up, and then, we, get stuck in our head with stories about, how someone's going to react. We're responsible for our own thoughts and our own actions. We're not responsible for how someone else is going to react. So they're subtle, but effective and very powerful. And then, so if you're combining the three things together, you've got the essences. We have the beautiful sound, and I've used mantras as well for the solar plexus, the heart and the throat. And if you're also working with the support of the angelic beings, if that's what you believe, quite powerful, and it's helped me. So this is why I wanted to share it. And I would love to know, get some feedback as well. Once you've used it, I'd love to hear from you and your experience and how it helped. To hear that. Okay, I'll sign off now. I hope you're all having a beautiful day, and keep shining, keep speaking your truth, and keep being your true, authentic selves. See ya.